Good morning, guys. Got dog fur on me. uh, Good morning. I hope you're all doing well. Let me do this before I get going because I always forget. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. I'm a little tired today, and that's, oh, Lily, I'm gonna get her. Oh, come here. Oh, my girl. I'm a little tired today because, oh my God, I know I'm tired. I had a dream, and that's why I'm making this video. I had a dream that woke me up, and when I looked at the time, I was like, oh my God, it's 1:36 in the morning. I couldn't believe it. Don't you hate that when that happens? And you're laying there looking at the ceiling or whatever in your dark room, and you're just like, oh my God, it's ungodly hour. Well, the dream was about my ex-husband, which is very rare for me. I don't dream about him. He's just a part of my life that's history. We were married 22 years. He died in 2008. So it's been a very long time. I've been divorced from him since 2003. He committed suicide 5 years after our divorce. So it was strange to me to dream of him. I've only rarely dreamt of him. And it wasn't a bad dream or anything like that. You know, it was just a dream of him. Just in a regular everyday setting. I don't know how to explain. Just, you know, it was just like an everyday life type of dream. And it woke me up. And so I was like, oh great, you know. And that's God, my thought process is messed up. When I don't get a full night's sleep, guys, the next day I'm just messed up. But yeah, this is about letting go of an ex. The process of letting go, whether it's after a divorce or a long relationship. It's so important to just let it go as quickly as you can so you can move on with your life. I was married to this man for 22 years. My first marriage, I was a kid, and I was 18. So I don't know, we were only married 3 years. That one doesn't even, I don't know, it doesn't even feel like it was real. But the second one was 22 years. And you go through a process after a breakup, especially after a long one. But you gotta let go. For those of you watching right now, if you're still hanging on to angers and hurts from an ex, it's not going to do you any good, and you have to actually forgive that person. And you might think, what are you, crazy? I'm not forgiving him. He did this to me, he did that to me. Well, I had to. My ex isn't just an ex. He used to beat me. There were a couple of times that I was lucky to come out alive. He used to beat me, and then he became a drug addict. Hardcore drug addict. The last 6 years of our marriage, he endangered our family, he endangered our children with drug addicts and drug dealers. We would actually have drug dealers in front of the house parked wanting to get money from him. So it was a very serious situation. But regardless of everything that happened, for my peace of mind and my sanity, I had to just literally forgive him from the heart. You gotta forgive from the heart. And I had to, because I could feel that anger seething inside of me sometimes, you know, like, oh man, I can't believe you did this, or why did you do that, or look what you caused our family. You know, that kind of anger eats away at your heart and soul, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. So I did literally one day sat down, even though he has passed on, I sat down and I had a talk with him. I told him my feelings. I told him what my anger was about. I told him what upset me. I just talked to him about everything that he did that really hurt me. And I didn't just stop there. I also, for my own peace of mind, I literally sat back and said, and for anything that I had done that upset him or hurt him, I apologized. Yes, I apologize for any wrongdoing I may have said or done. However, the problems in our marriage stemmed from his verbal and physical abuse, and then his drug use. It all combined. That's what ended our marriage. I wasn't going to stay in a marriage like that. Yeah. So I had to forgive him, and you may not realize the power of forgiving. Not forgetting. I'm not telling you to forget, because you can't forget when somebody really abuses you. You can't forget when somebody has done like what my ex did. But you can forgive. And forgiving was very important for my peace of mind. It was very important for my heart and my soul to be at peace. Because before I forgave him, I'd have so many moments of anger, of, oh, how could you have, why did you do that, how dare you, that type of thing. And that was not good for me. And I needed to do what was good for me, which was to forgive, let go. Just let go and forgive. Because the longer you hang on to any disappointments from an ex or hurts, the more it affects your life. It can build and build and build, and there's no point in that. When the relationship is over, it's over, and you need to move forward, and you need to let go of those past hurts and past disappointments, because if you don't, they will intrude on in every aspect of your life. They'll intrude in everything. And that's what I was finding. I couldn't even go to a store without thinking, yeah, I remember when we used to shop here. I couldn't make a certain meal or something. Oh, I remember when he liked that, or what. There was always something, always something. And that's when I started thinking to myself, and I started researching, various things about an ex relationship. And that's when I really realized, guys, you gotta let go. You gotta let go, and you gotta forgive. Because if you don't forgive, you have this place in your heart and soul that's just not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. And forgiving somebody doesn't mean that you forget what they did. It just means that you're letting go of the hurt. You're letting go of the upheaval in your life from what happened. Because it can cling to you for the rest of your life, and I didn't want that. I don't think of my ex anymore. I mean, I've been divorced from him since 2003. That's a long time. But it did take time, and there was time afterwards that I had to come to terms with, that I was letting myself get upset over this, that, whatever he did, whatever reminded me of him, whatever, whatever. And that's when I thought, no, he has control over me. They have control over you if you're continuing to let what that ex did that hurt you, however it was, physically or verbally or emotionally, if you are still letting that situation upset you, guess what? They still have control over you. I wasn't going to let that be the case anymore. I was like, nope, I'm sorry. And so I made it a point to sit down, have a talk with him. I even went over the good times that we had in our marriage, because there were some very many good times. I had like a conversation with him as if he were still here. Yeah. And I did that to clarify my own mind. I talked about the bad times. I talked about the good times. It was like a cleansing of my heart and soul and my mind. And it did a lot of good. It did a lot of good, and you need to do that. You need to let go and forgive of anything an ex did to you. And you might say, you have no idea, my ex almost killed me. Well, so did mine. I was actually lifted by my throat against a wall by him, and he was squeezing on my throat. And there was another time too. And then he threatened me. He would tell me if I divorced him, he'd had me taken out for $100. So if you're thinking yours was bad, I was beaten, I was cut, I was bruised, I was thrown, I was kicked, you name it. But you know what? I had to forgive him because in my mind, I realized he was not mentally well to do those sort of things. He was not mentally well. And mental illness is a serious issue in this country that is not addressed enough or deep enough. And so I had to do that. No, baby, don't. I had to do that to bring peace into my life and to not let him have control over me anymore in terms of what he had done. It is a form of control over you if you're letting what your ex did to hurt you still upset you. Yeah, that person still has control over you, and that's not good. So if you're going through this right now, you're broken up, whether it be yesterday or 10 years ago or however long, and you're still hanging on to anger from what that person did to you, sit down. If they're alive, no, I'm not telling you to go talk to them, absolutely not. But in your mind, you can sit down and talk out loud to that person if they're alive. By yourself, go over the things that upset you and hurt you, and just say, I forgive you. I forgive you for my own peace of mind. You are not going to have control over my life anymore. You're not going to have control over my life anymore with these thoughts. No more. And it literally is a form of control, guys. So I'm telling you, if you're having something eating away at your gut, at your insides, at your mind, with anger and frustration and revenge, you want revenge and you want to do all this stuff, all it's doing is hurting your life, not that person who's out of your life. You see what I'm saying? They're out of your life, and what you're going through isn't affecting them at all. They're probably going on with their own life, you know, finding somebody else, or just maybe not, but then just going on with their life. While you're sitting there seething and boiling away inside with anger and misery, don't give them that control. That's what I had to realize, was that he still had some control over me by letting what he did cause me to be angry. Yeah. So, guys, I'm telling you, change your life. Change your life. If you're still walking around, maybe you're walking around the house, you know, oh man, you jerk, look what you did, you idiot, you stupid fool, God, I hate you so much. You're doing that means he or she still has control over you. And that's the last thing you want. You do not need or want that in your life. Do you see what I'm saying? So, yeah, think about it, guys. Think about it long and hard about what you're letting upset you and the control that X has, because that literally is control. And I didn't want that anymore. I didn't want to give him that power anymore. I took that power away. I don't think of him at all anymore, except in terms of my children are from him, but I don't sit around thinking about him every day. I don't sit around, oh yeah, this, so, in any way, good or bad. He's just gone out of my life, and it's a much better life without that. So stop living in the past. Stop letting the past. There's a saying that says, don't let the past enter the present and ruin the future. And that's very, very true. It's a very good saying. So if you're in that position right now where you're literally just maybe you wake up thinking about that person, or you go to bed and you're angry and you're upset and you're hurt. They have control over you. You don't want that. Take that control away and get your life back and forgive. I know you might think that's an insane thing to say, but it makes a difference when you actually forgive from your heart. You can't just say, well, I forgive you. No, it has to be a feeling that you actually feel in your heart. I forgive you for what you did, because you weren't thinking, or you weren't mentally well, or whatever. Or it could be just a simple breakup where you broke up and he wasn't good to you because for whatever reason, so you had to break up with him. May not be something really major, serious, but it still hurt you deeply, and he broke up with you, or she broke up with you, and you're hurt, and you're going through all the stuff that you can think of to make them look like a bad person. Oh no, it doesn't do you any good. Instead, let it go. Think about how it's helping your life to let go and forgive, because whatever your anger is at this moment, it's not affecting them. It's not affecting them. Unless you're calling and texting and saying some kind of horrible thing, which you don't want to do or be that kind of person. You let them go and you get on with your life, because if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. So guys, I just wanted to make that real quick because that dream surprised me, because I don't dream of my ex. I don't. I don't. Even after 22 years of marriage, I just don't. And so it was a surprise. I mean, I've had a few dreams over all these years, maybe 3 or 4, a handful. So I thought I'd bring that up, because when I woke up, I wasn't angry. I was angry I was awake at that hour, but at 1:30 in the morning. But it wasn't an angry feeling of, oh, a dream about him. No, it was like, oh, I dreamed about him. Oh, well, whatever. It was gone. So just wanted to make this real quick. If you're suffering with anger and frustration and issues from a past relationship, let it go. What is that song from Frozen? Let it go, let it go. You do. You need to, for your own peace of mind and for a happy life. You're not going to have a happy life if you let angers and hurts from past relationships infiltrate your everyday. It won't happen. So anyway, guys, just wanted to make that real quick. Take care. I will see you in my next video. I am tired. I feel a little right now, just like So I am tired, but I wanted to get this out because that dream did spur my thoughts about it. So take care, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I will talk to you in my next video, and I hope all is well with all of you. So see you later, and what can I say? Let it go and forgive. You have to forgive or it doesn't work. So see you guys. Bye-bye. Lily and Pixie, you messed up the blanket, baby.